Starting off Monday with a run. So, oh, my voice just disappeared for a second. After that run, I went to campus and I got my COVID test done so that I can go home to my parents safely. What are you doing? What are you doing? That's the cat that doesn't know how to jump on top of the fridge. Clearly he's trying though. Anyways, basically I did that, and then I have been spending the last hour and a half working on my torts outline because I'm trying to get my outlines finished this week so that I can really focus on practice exams and on like tweaking the outlines and making some slightly more condensed versions of those outlines, which are typically called attack outlines. So they're just, you know, super brief versions that just cover all the main topics and make it a lot easier to avoid digging through an extensive amount of notes during finals when you just need top line information. So that is my goal for this week, is to get a lot of that work out of the way. I feel really pleased with the amount that I got done today. So I still have some more work to do, but definitely will get that worked through either this week or this weekend, so that I'm ready to start really digging in for finals starting on Monday of next week. Ooh, we're getting close to the end, but I also have class coming up real soon. This is my last week of classes, which is so strange because it definitely feels like I just started classes, but have last week of classes today, and have class like normal. I have a super short reading for my torts class tomorrow, so normally while I would spend the entire time after class on that, today I'm only gonna probably spend 30 minutes on it, and then we'll proceed to go work on another outline. I'm probably not going to do torts since I spent so much time on it this morning. I'm going to move on and work on my property outline for a little bit, and then we have contracts class at 4:15. That's my day, but I'm really happy with where my outlines are now and the progress that I've made, which is good. So this Monday is off to a solid start. Update. He did in fact figure out how to get on top of the fridge. So now I have 2 cats who know how to get on top of the fridge. Good stuff. I knew you, your heartbeat on the high line, once in 20 lifetimes. Happy Tuesday. It is 2 o'clock. I just got out of my torts class and I got up early, which was fun. So basically this morning had property like normal, did some Instagram-ish stuff for a little bit after that, and then had a meeting for a student org that was all talking about the election and basically the outcome and things to expect going forward. So that was really interesting and really cool. And then class, and then now I am doing reading for tomorrow. It's my last property case to read. So got that, have another class, and then have more problems to do for contracts tonight. But I'm expecting that I'm probably going to be finished relatively soon after my class ends at 5:30, because those problems generally take me, you know, 15-30 minutes at most to work through and just like find all the relevant issues and make analyses and outline a basic argument. So that doesn't take too long, which is really nice because I'm having like full-length evenings to myself, and I haven't had that in a while. So like yesterday I read a pretty significant portion of a book during that time, so had some like nice fun time for myself, and so probably going to get that again tonight, which is nice. It's just cool to have some evenings to myself after not really having that for quite a while. And I think, you know, I could be using that for finals and could be like, you know, really hardcore starting on my studying, but once again, kind of trying to keep things separate. I'm going to have all of Thanksgiving break, and I'm going to have some time after that to really focus on studying. So kind of letting myself back off just a little bit before everything picks back up again. As long as I'm still on pace to have my outlines done by the end of this week, I think it's cool to have some chill time and not completely work myself into the ground. I think that balance is good, especially like right at the end. I feel like it's so easy to burn out right at the very end of the semester because you're feeling like you should always be doing something, and I don't think that's the case. I think it is good to take breaks and take time for yourself, especially as we get closer to the end. That's what I will be doing. As promised, I've had a very chill evening. There is now the ordinary peel on my face. So if you're wondering why my face resembles like a cranberry, it's supposed to, but I gotta wash this off in a couple of minutes, so that'll keep this short and sweet. But yeah, basically got my work done super early again today and had some time to relax. I literally took a bubble bath just because I don't remember the last time I like did that without having to like block time for that into my calendar. So that's wild and weird and wonderful. A weird bit of happiness to be able to have a little bit more flexibility and free time, because the only thing I'm focused on really at this point is getting through this week and then getting into finals. So it's nice. It's like little moments of peace, because if you've been watching my vlogs for the past couple of weeks, I am just constantly moving at all times, and so it's weird that like last week of classes is kind of feels like a break, but I think it's good. It's good. And I gotta get this off before it starts like peeling too much skin off, so we're gonna go do that. Been up for quite a while this morning so far. It's not even 9 a.m. yet, but I had a 1-hour session this morning that was basically a how to take your final exams, how to use the exam software, all that fun stuff that I had to wake up super early for. So, but that's out of the way, and I know how to take my finals, which obviously that's a little important. So I have handled that, and then now I have class. I only have this one class today, which is nice because basically what I'm going to be doing for the rest of the day is I have a practice exam for my torts class that we're supposed to take today so that we can discuss it in class tomorrow. So I will be taking that today and like trying to take it as close to the experience of taking a real exam as possible. I'll be doing a lot more practice tests as a part of like actually studying for finals, but this is just the first one for that class, since it's like being treated as a reading assignment for that class. So that is my day. In between there, I am doing a yoga class, but I'm doing it virtually. So I have a bunch of leftover ClassPass credits from my ClassPass membership that I had in DC, and I haven't really used all of them up yet. So occasionally I just like to randomly apply them to things, and so I decided to take a yoga class this morning since I'm not going to the gym this week. So that will be in the middle, and then we have this practice exam. And after that, probably more work. So I'm gonna try to work some more on my contracts outline tonight. Once we get that practice, once we get that practice exam out of the way though, because that's the most pressing thing that needs to get done today and the most time consuming, because it theoretically should take me almost 4 hours. Woo! So my outline is on the screen there. I have a blank Word document here. I'm about to fill out the practice questions. I have an energy drink with me. I'm going to start my timer and we're going to take a practice exam. So my first practice exam out of the way. I have a 7,000 word limit on this, and I wrote 2,500. So I should definitely have more. But I have no idea how to make this longer. So I guess this is helpful to be just my first one. And once I go into class and we like spend a whole hour reviewing this, hopefully I will know where to elaborate and where to go into more detail or anything that I've missed in class on Thursday, which is helpful because this professor in particular has not put up model answers. For my other 2 classes where we have practice exams on file, they have also included like sample answers, so you can kind of see like what people who scored well did and what they included as a way of like knowing if you're on the right track. This professor does not have model answers with his practice exams, so I am very much in the dark. It obviously should be longer, so that's a thing that we're gonna need to fix, but for now I don't really know how to fix that, so that's what Thursday's class will be for. And if Thursday's class does not give me an answer, that will be another professor whose office hours I'm going to. I already literally have 2 different professors who I'm going to their office hours on Thursday evening. So while I'm supposed to be packing to go home, I have scheduled 2 office hours appointments because I just have like important final questions. Alternatively, I just want to go talk to them, particularly my property professor. I just want to go hang out with her. So that's that. But I have mixed feelings because I feel like I covered everything, but obviously it's not long enough, so we gotta figure out how to make it longer. It really genuinely might be that I kind of made some points by being like, yeah, this is the same cause of action, like the same issues as above, and made that my sentence, and I could fluff it up more by genuinely elaborating in the same way that I did the first time. That might actually be why this isn't quite long enough, but who knows? We'll see. I have a lovely plate of sweet potato fries that I'm waiting on to cool down, so I figured I would start talking while I wait. Basically, to kind of follow up on my last video, because it's been a couple hours, I went to my school put on like an exam panel with some upper level students kind of who had some of our same first year professors, basically just giving random tidbits of advice specific to those professors, which was great. I also think having some distance from the exam was good because I've kind of thought about it more, and I think I know where I could make things longer and like how I can like stretch what I had to be not necessarily a full 6,000 words, but I think definitely can make it longer than what I have, and I think that doing so would have made the essay more organized, and so I think I know how to approach it next time, and I don't think writing it that way will take that much more time than what this did, and I gave myself 3 hours instead of 4, so I have more time than I gave myself today. So basically I feel a lot better with it now that I've given myself some distance, and I haven't edited it. I'm gonna go to class with it like this tomorrow, and so we will see if what I think I can do to make it better is also what my professor thinks needs to be done to do well on his practice exams, since I don't have sample answers for his exams. We'll see what shows up there, and I think after that I'll probably be in a better place, and I have 3 more of his practice exams to take before his finals, so I think that's all of the above probably add up to like, I feel like we'll be okay. Like I don't think this exam would have gotten me a grade that I would have been happy with, but I think I know I have like a good starting point, which is, I feel like, a solid place to be. So anyways, that being said, yeah, stepping away from things helps sometimes. I think these are cool now. We're gonna resume my my very disjointed dinner. I had Brussels sprouts like half an hour ago. Now I'm doing this. I have some like barbecue tofu. I'll make it a little bit. It's not a perfect meal, but all of it adds up to a meal eventually, so that's the night. I'm gonna work on my contracts outline for a little bit. I'm really thinking that if I spend a good 2 hours with it, I will probably be done with it. So it's very close to being finished. Really at this point, I'm just copying notes and I'm just retyping them for the sake of, I think it drills it into my brain when I rewrite things instead of just copying and pasting from my notes. Also, the copy and paste function between OneNote and Word is not the best. So if I want to keep everything formatted properly, I have to retype it anyways. So it works out. It's a study aid and a technical difficulty. Oh my gosh, it's done. It is 20 pages and 7,500 words. And it is an absolute beauty. Oh, that was a lot of work. And I am very, very happy that it's done. So now I only have 2 more to go. So 1 down. It's the last day of classes, woo! I'm literally, you only see the top half of me in Zoom, so this is why I'm already in my workout clothes, because I'm gonna do a home workout after this first class, but it's very surreal to realize that I'm literally, we're at the end here. This is the last day. It's, of course, a jam-packed day. This is the day that I have all 3 of my classes, and then I have 2 office hour appointments in the evening. I also need to pack to go home. I need to get a workout in somewhere in the middle and try to work on my outline somewhere. So very busy day. I am going to be going through a lot of coffee because I also did not sleep that well last night. Just got really randomly just like anxious and stressed. And sometimes that happens and it just throws off my sleep schedule, which is not fun, but it's life. So we're here, we're making the best of it, and I am about to log into class. So this doesn't feel real. I feel like I'm gonna go back to class on Monday. Like, I really don't. Nah. So 2 out of 3 classes done. So this one was the one where we went over our practice exam, and pretty much went exactly how I expected it to, as far as I know what I did wrong and I knew how I should have done it better, and that idea was correct, which is good and basically gives me a good starting point to work on the other practice. Ooh. The word practice exam has tripped me up so many times in trying to do this vlog. I don't know what it is about that one word, but it just doesn't like me. And I'm gonna have to say it a lot because I'm going to be taking a lot of practice exams as means of studying, so I better get used to it. But basically, I feel good about that. That professor is also holding a lot of open office hours. I will be in a lot of them just because I think it's really helpful for me to listen to. I'm not the type of person who has a ton of questions, and I don't typically ask a ton of questions in class, just because that's not how I am. But I find it really helpful to listen to when other people have questions, and sometimes it inspires me to think of, you know, something else that I want to know. So I will be going to a lot of those office hours and listening in. So that's, for someone who doesn't normally go to office hours, I will be in all 3 professors' office hours this week. That's kind of impressive, maybe? I think it's the first time all semester that I've gone to 2 of their office hours, so really held it out till the end here. So I am working on an outline for property before this next class starts, but probably won't have time to make that much more progress on it just because my torts class did run fairly long, so it's already 3:30 and my class starts at 4:15. So won't get that much work done, but figure I might as well get a little bit done while I can. And then I have my last class of my first semester, and crazy. And then I have to start packing because I have not packed at all. And I should do that because I am leaving super early tomorrow. That's important. And just like that, that was my last class. I am done with all of my classes for my first semester of law school, which is such a strange thing. I feel like I just started, and I've said that like so many times in this vlog that you're probably like, Taylor, shut up. We know. Yeah, sorry. I'm still wrapping my head around it, but I have one more office hours appointment with my professor this evening that's not super finals related. It's just more of like a informal thing because at some point I would like her to write me a recommendation letter, so I figured I should probably go chat with her, like non-class related, for a little bit. So I'm gonna do that. Also working on packing, which is why my closet is wide open behind me. I'm just like throwing clothes everywhere, so because I'm going home tomorrow, and I've suddenly forgotten what I wear. Like, I don't know why. I was trying to pack things and I couldn't figure out what to bring, as if I'm not just going to be doing the exact same thing there that I'm doing here, which is staying inside all day and doing schoolwork. So literally it doesn't need to get that, we don't need to get that special. I don't need anything all that fancy. So we're gonna pack tonight, get as much of the car loaded as I can, because I'm leaving super early tomorrow, because I would rather just get on the road and get as much of the trip out of the way, because I hate hitting traffic and I have to drive through Atlanta to get to my house. And Atlanta traffic is, it's something, and I don't want to deal with it. So the earlier I can get there, the better. Oh, it is 5:30 and we are off. Everything is loaded up in the car, including the two cats, who are going to cry for the first leg of the journey, as they are always inclined to do. And we are going to do the same thing that I do on every single long road trip, which is kick off a playlist of every single Taylor Swift album, including bonus tracks, ordered chronologically, and just go straight through. So we will kick things off with Tim McGraw. Let's go. Are you excited?
Good sit.
Hi.
When she sits, you can pet.
Oop. How are we feeling? How are we feeling after a 10-hour car ride? The answer is very happy to be free. And very touch-starved. Ugh.